gotta keep them terminated. Little baby barnacles. If we decide to put a nuclear reactor in, we're gonna have the amperage.
It is Sunday morning and we are finally preparing to leave this dock. We have about 72 hours. Our plan is to spend about 2.5 weeks at anchor. Luckily, we're not going to be anchoring very far away. We're still gonna be in the nearby area. That way, if we don't provision properly, we're still gonna be able to run to the store, maybe do some Instacart delivery to our friends that live here, and we can ease into this new life living on the water.
Clear of goop. Oh, it's got a little algae on it. That'll do it. Yeah. Time to pull the boat out. Give it a scrubby. Got algae on it. Little baby barnacles.
Oh, look at that. 6.3 feet.
I put my hand in the water and made it deeper. Next, I'll make the sun go away.
So it's Sunday evening. Today was, out of all the days we've owned the boat, today was a fairly calm day. Jeff didn't have to spend the day in the engine room. Yet. We're gonna have to still do the rewiring. But we got a bunch of stuff from the storage unit.
Everything we own is either on the boat or in the truck.
And the other big project is we're gonna have to do some meal planning tonight. Not sure how to do that or where to start.
Snickers.
But for now, we're just gonna go on a boat ride, enjoy the evening, and hopefully get a nice little sunset.
Yes.
So this is where we're thinking we're gonna do our first anchoring. We're about 500 feet from the marina.
Baby steps.
Neighbors that live right there, if we need anything, and kayak it out to us. But it's low tide. At this point, we'll have about less than a foot, 6 inches under the boat right here to just be anchored.
Should be fine. And now we should have, do we have a light up there?
We do.
Okay. And we'll be legal. Up on the shore.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay, it's almost time for our big rewiring project of the air conditioning system, the chiller. So Jeff is getting the wire ready and we think we're finally gonna do that tonight.
If we decide to put a nuclear reactor in, we're gonna have the amperage. What? Thing about this kind of cable is you gotta crimp up differently, a little bit heavier duty, but like everything else, you gotta keep them terminated.
It's time for the boring part of boat ownership. I've lost track of Jeff. I don't know where he is.
That's a dangerous place for you to be standing.
We've got some storm clouds rolling in again. Gonna be another rainy night.
Why are you creeping up on me like the Pink Panther?
This is Jeff in his natural native wild habitat.
Kato, I know I told you when I say don't attack, that's when I need you to attack me the most. But I'm being serious. Don't attack me right now. You want to take over?
I'm busy. Ow!
That happened because you were being obnoxious. All right, I'm gonna have to abandon our pumping.
Call it good enough.
Good enough. Gotta call the game on account of rain.
We just had a big old bolt of lightning. Probably what? A few hundred feet in front of us?
Oh, like a mile.
Okay, a mile. See if I can't capture one.
Half a mile. I feel like pizza tonight, 'cause I'm lazy on a Monday. Don't look at me with that camera. You have to film the Jeff in his native environment. You know why? Because George likes spicy chicken. George likes his chicken spicy!
It's our sad freezer.
Welcome to Cooking Like Stuff. It's not delivery, it's stuffetta. I'm gonna make an Irish stew next week, maybe later this week. Show you how cooking is done.
I'll make an Irish soda
You
bread.
can make Irish soda bread, and I'll make mashed potatoes and stew. But for tonight, we're gonna do this.
And now it is finally time for this rewiring project. I think I'm supposed to help, but you never know. So we'll see what I'm walking into and where I come into play.
You're not OCD if you don't have a label maker. I keep it in a box, labeled with the label maker, and it says label maker. So, the good news, AC is running pretty cold. We've got the set points. You can see we're both stage 1 and 2 now, set point, so the loop will be cooling back down to 45 here in a minute, hopefully. Air conditioner's working, but we're still getting a thermal trip on chiller 1, and I'm quickly running out of things it could be. So we talked about the old wire running from the breakers to the frequency drives. I'm hoping that's my culprit, breakers or wire, so we're going to replace that. I've gone through and removed all the zip ties for this, I don't know, 12 foot, 10 foot run, whatever it is. And so I'm gonna get rid of the rest of the clamps. We're gonna shut down the air for the night. It's a little rainy, cooler night than usual, so it's a good time to do it. And we're going to see if we can't get this thing back up and running. There's the chiller kicking on. But again, that's only stage 2, so chiller 1 we're still having some issues with. Need to see what we're dealing with. At any rate, we'll figure it out. I'm gonna need a couple more tools. Hopefully we have air conditioning later tonight. All right, that was the easy part. This is chiller 1. This is the one that was giving us trouble. So, and I'm being very gracious in putting the lead right in the middle of all of that wire, which is a better situation than we had before. 0.5, 0.4, 0.5 on that one, and 0.5. So even if we're looking at straight ohms, this is a 6 feet, about 12 feet of cable. We're getting about a half, what I think is probably a half ohm of resistance. Now, just for grins, I'm gonna go see what the resistance is on our new cable. That is 50 feet long. This is our new cable that I have not yet cut in half. So I've got ring terminals at both ends. Let's see what we get for resistance here. So that's a 0.3 across 50 feet. Now, is that electrically significant? I don't know. Got to go back to college for that. So 0.3 ohm across 50 feet versus 0.5 ohm across 12 feet. We're also dealing with a cable that has probably twice the cross-section area, if not more, of our old 10 gauge. Comment below if you want to do the math and estimate current loss, voltage drop, watts consumed, and heat given off in a 50-foot run at 0.3 versus a 12-foot run at 0.5. But that also means I expect this cable to be much lower than 0.3 once it's only 12 feet long.
I don't know what any of that meant.
I'll be able to tell which is which because I marked them every foot. Well, breathe easy. In the midst of all this, Mike Otis is texting me or messaging me on WhatsApp asking about our swim platform ladder because he's got a sister ship with a different stern. Haven't forgotten about you, Mike, but somewhat involved. I'll message you later. Gonna hit this frequency drive terminal strip with some cleaner, get it cleaned up, get it prepped, ready for new cables. That way, no air gets in. Why? Because air is our enemy. Tuck, tuck, fold. TTF. It's a patented method.
Hold on, don't move. I got it.
Whew, that was of all the places it could have gone, that was pretty lucky and improbable. We'll see if we can't deliver a shock or turn on an AC. With the system having been on this long, with the old wiring, this wiring was reading somewhere around 160 degrees. So let's see where we are now. Talk amongst yourselves. 101, 100. So we went from 160 to 100. The breaker's now reading 100. And it was reading 150. Definitely got to replace that breaker, no doubt. Our picture the other night, 157. Well, that tells me definitely we had a problem with the wiring. We replaced old, untinned, oxidized 10 gauge with Encore 8 gauge, which is about the fattest wire we can get in here. But I'm okay with that. And now our chiller loop is all ready to temperature, courtesy of both chillers running. Frequency drives are both reading 60.0 hertz. Definitely need to replace the breakers, but I think we have, knock on wood, solved the problem of thermal tripping.
We have a diver out here today cleaning the bottom of the boat. That's something that Jeff is gonna do in the future, but he's had a few other things on his plate. So we pressed the easy button on this one and hired a local diver to clean the bottom because it was starting to get pretty scummy. It's been sitting in the water for longer than we wanted without driving it around. So getting a little maintenance done today. We've sold a couple more of our remaining belongings that are in the storage unit. So we're gonna go close out the storage unit today and get a couple more things wrapped up before we finally do our meal planning and then go buy some groceries.
I'll bet the reason you're hearing that high-pitched hum is you don't have bees. All that's left of our life on land, although ironically that goes on a boat, it just isn't needed on our boat.
The storage unit is officially empty. Here we go. First stop for meal planning is Mazzaro's Market for some pre-made, homemade lasagna. All right, this is the official provisioning part. We've got a list, grocery list. We've planned meals for about 20 days. And I'm not gonna lie, some are frozen pizzas. And we're actually at a grocery store. So this ought to be successful.
Technically we have two lists. We have a home cooked meal list and an Instapot list.
Instapot. Hey, it is what it is. I don't like cooking. Jeff has his foods, I have my foods. We're gonna share.
Really? Really?
Okay, I think we had a successful shopping experience. We got a whole cart of food. Haven't done that since I was a kid and shopped with my mom.
I had exactly in my head a picture of what I was going to buy, and I'm very good at it. Feels like a provision.
I don't know what that means.
We were provisioning.
Ah, provision. Provisioning. Ha ha.
Look, they're not all first place jokes. I gotta try them out on you and see how they do.
Load it up, I'll hold the camera. So we're back at the boat. I'm working on putting the groceries away. And we knew better, but we did it anyway, I guess. And now we're paying for it. We left the tender in the water way too long, and now there are barnacles growing on it. Of course there are, we knew there would be. We knew better than to do that. So Jeff is gonna be out here much longer than anticipated, cleaning this off tonight. Oh. That's a not happy Jeff.
This is called, I knew better, but I did it anyway. Because I like to punish myself.
At least it's not the engine room. I don't think Jeff will see it that way though. It's still crappy work. I got groceries to put away.
What?
Nothing. Okay, it is Wednesday morning, and today is the day that we've all been waiting for. Jeff and I have been waiting for. It is finally the day to pull away from the marina and start our life on this boat. Even though we've been on this boat, today really feels like the beginning. Now that we're gonna pull away, we'll go calibrate the autopilot, head out into the Gulf for a little bit, and then come back to our anchorage spot that we identified on one of our dinghy rides, which is actually going to be right back there. You ready, Jeff?
Ready as we'll ever be.
I thought there'd be a little more excitement.
The tide is high. and I'm holding on. I'm ready.
Well, I'm excited.
Starboard starts right up. Port starts right up. Beautiful. Let's disconnect from shore power next. Well, there's just a slight amount of wind. It's gonna push us this way, if it does anything at all. We're gonna pull the bow. Directly sideways off the dock, which is so nice when you have a bow and a stern thruster.
Our first time alone. Thankfully, it's calm and no wind because I can't imagine doing this in rough weather. We definitely need a dock mate. We got one on order. Wishing we had it today though.
Yeah.
It would be like our third person with us. Well, that's the hard job, being outside. I did all the lines, which are hefty. I'll have some good muscles pretty soon. And sweaty, because it's hot.
I'm exhausted. I've had to sit here the entire time while you've been playing outside. I had to look at all this stuff and push the buttons and turn the thingy.
Eyes forward.
Eye forward. Aye. Well, anything can happen out there, boss.
Jeff just went down to do an engine check, so I'm back at the helm. He offered to let me do it when we pulled away from the dock, but since I hadn't touched anything at the helm for about 3 weeks, I didn't want to pull out of the dock at the marina. But thankfully it was nice and calm and we got out of there without any trouble. And now we're heading out to the Gulf, gonna calibrate this autopilot. Got a parasail out there and not a whole lot else. Just checking my targets on the radar. I like to acquire them, get the detail, check them for depth, checking for buoys. That's about it. It's good to be moving again. It's all coming back to me now.
Well, we're on the open water, just us, where anything can happen, you know, because of the implication.
Well, it appears that we got the autopilot calibrated, so that's good news. But I have to admit, it's still pretty chaotic. Now that it's just Jeff and I, and it's our first time doing this alone with no third person helping us, it's chaotic, and we don't have our systems, we don't have all of our routines in place yet. We still have stuff scattered all over the boat, so everything is not where it needs to be. And so a lot of it still just feels very chaotic, but going pretty good so far. I don't know if Jeff would agree with me.
Going pretty good so far?
I had to put a walkie-talkie on Jeff since he wouldn't wear a bell.
Yep.
I gotta keep eyes on him.
We're going before they can get the snubber right now. So.
Make sure he doesn't do anything crazy. Bouncy day today. The seas they're not huge, but they're enough to bounce us around a bit. Stabilizers are definitely working today. Jeff's ran out. This is why I made him wear the walkie-talkie. He's just running around on the bridge out there. We got a new snubber, so we're gonna put that together today. I don't know what needs to be done for that, but Jeff is putting it together so that it'll be ready in the next hour or so when we go back in and anchor. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
We're going to be coming into the channel soon. Johns Pass Bridge, inbound, 75-foot motor yacht Lōkahi 2, requesting an open. Yep, so we're pretty much dead on our track.
Johns Pass Bridge, this is Lōkahi 2. Thank you for the opening.
You're welcome.
Look how high that water is. Haven't seen the water this high in quite a while. What is it, one of these moon tides?
We're plus 2.88.
Plus
So,
2.88 feet.
Not quite a king tide, but pretty high.
Close to a king tide, not quite, but close. There's not even a, as Jeff mentioned, there's usually a sandbar over here where all the locals hang out and you can usually see the sand, but nothing. Can't see any sand today. I mean, it's still shallow, but sandbar is underwater. Feeling like you understand the boat better?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I want 1,000 more hours behind the wheel, but
10,000.
10,000, that makes you an expert, according to Malcolm Gladwell.
9,999 to go.
I've done a little more than that.
Well, we had our first successful trip today with just Jeff and I. We pulled away from Madeira Beach Marina, which is located over there. We pulled away from the marina, got out into the Gulf, calibrated the autopilot, came back into this little anchorage right outside. There's an Elks Lodge and a little neighborhood. And on the other side of that street, on the other side of that street is our old house.
So we went about 15 miles in order to end up a quarter mile from where we started. So I'm gonna call it a success. We're anchored. I think the hook is set pretty well. New snubber is working out great, and generator's running, air conditioner's running. We're not gonna make water in here, but we've got about 4 days worth of water, and then I think we're on to our next destination.